Welcome, Jikook lovers. This wasn't just a live stream, so why did Jungkook's moment feel so different this time? No warning, no explanation. Yet one small detail left fans silent and questioning. Was it just a coincidence? Or was there a message he chose not to say out loud? Why did the atmosphere feel deeper than usual? And why did Jimin's name suddenly enter the conversation? Is it really true? Or is ARMY sensing something more? In the fast-moving digital era, where live streams have become routine, certain moments still manage to stand out. Quietly, subtly, yet powerfully. This article explores a recent live appearance by Jungkook that, while seemingly ordinary on the surface, sparked an unusually deep emotional response among fans. Through narrative observation, fan-based interpretation, and contextual analysis, this piece examines why the moment felt different, how emotions were constructed without explicit statements, and why Jimin's presence, spoken or unspoken, became part of the conversation. Rather than asserting definitive truths, this analysis invites reflection, curiosity, and respectful discussion within the ARMY community. Live broadcasts are no longer rare in the world of global idols. Fans are accustomed to casual greetings, relaxed conversations, laughter, music, and fleeting moments of connection through a screen. Jungkook himself has done countless live streams over the years, some playful, some emotional, some spontaneous. And yet, this one felt different. Not because of a dramatic announcement, not because of a shocking confession, not even because of something clearly visible. It was the absence of explanation, the subtle shift in atmosphere, and the emotional undercurrent that many viewers sensed almost immediately. From the first few minutes, fans across different platforms began to react. Not loudly, but thoughtfully. Why did this live feel heavier? Why did Jungkook's expression seem more introspective? And why, without being directly mentioned at first, did Jimin's name slowly surface in discussions? These questions form the foundation of this analysis. To understand why this moment resonated so strongly, it is important to understand the context in which Jungkook's lives usually occur. Jungkook is known for a warm but controlled public persona, emotional honesty balanced with professional restraint, a strong awareness of fan perception. Over time, ARMY has developed an acute sensitivity to subtle changes in tone, mood, and behavior. This sensitivity is not accidental. It is built through years of shared experiences, content consumption, and emotional investment. Therefore, when something feels off, fans notice. This live did not break any rules. It did not contradict any known facts. Yet, it triggered interpretation rather than reaction. One of the most discussed aspects of the live was not what Jungkook said, but how he said very little. Pauses lingered slightly longer. Smiles appeared, but faded more quickly. Eye contact with the camera felt thoughtful, almost distant. In media analysis, silence is never empty. Silence creates space for meaning, for projection, for emotional resonance. Fans began to describe the live using words such as heavy but calm, soft yet emotional, comforting but bittersweet. These descriptions are subjective, yet remarkably consistent across different fan communities. Every viral discussion begins with a detail. In this case, it was not a single action, but a combination of micro-moments. A brief change in tone, a reflective expression, a line delivered more softly than expected. No context was provided. No clarification followed. This lack of explanation became the catalyst for curiosity. Was Jungkook simply tired? Was he reflecting on something personal? Or was this a moment of emotional processing shared unintentional? Interestingly, Jimin was not immediately mentioned in the live itself. Yet, fans began referencing him almost instinctively. Why? From an analytical standpoint, this phenomenon can be understood through relational memory. Jungkook and Jimin share a long, well-documented history of emotional closeness, mutual support, and visible comfort with one another. When Jungkook appears emotionally introspective, fans often contextualize that emotion within his closest relationships without asserting facts. Importantly, no claims were made, no narratives were forced. The discussion remained speculative and respectful. This reflects a maturing fan culture. A critical distinction must be made between interpretation and projection. Interpretation acknowledges uncertainty. Projection asserts certainty without evidence. In this case, most fans lean toward interpretation. It feels different. Something about this live touched me. I don't know why, but it felt special. These statements do not claim truth, they express emotion. The phrase, "not just alive," began trending organically among fans because it captured a shared feeling. This was not about events. It was about emotional texture. In media studies, such moments are often described as affective events, instances where emotion spreads not through information, but through atmosphere. Mystery does not require secrets. Sometimes, it simply requires restraint. By not explaining his mood, Jungkook allowed fans to sit with the moment rather than consume it quickly. This slowed-down engagement is rare in modern digital spaces, and therefore powerful. One notable aspect of the response to this live was the overall respect shown by fans. No invasive speculation, no personal assumptions, no forced conclusions. This reflects a growing awareness of ethical fandom behavior. Jungkook has often spoken about being honest without oversharing. This live exemplified that balance. Emotion was present, details were not, and that, paradoxically, made the moment feel more real. Across languages and cultures, fans reported similar emotional reactions. This suggests that the response was not rooted in specific words, but in universally understood emotional cues. What became increasingly clear after the live ended was that fans were not demanding explanations. There was no widespread insistence on knowing what Jungkook was feeling or why the atmosphere felt different. Instead, what emerged was something far more subtle, a desire for emotional connection. Many fan responses echoed similar sentiments. I felt comforted. It was calm, but it made my chest feel heavy. Nothing happened, yet it stayed with me. These reactions suggest that the live served a purpose beyond entertainment. It became an emotional space, one where presence mattered more than content. Jungkook did not need to articulate his feelings. Simply showing up, in that particular state, was enough to create meaning. In this sense, the live functioned less as a broadcast and more as a shared emotional moment. In communication studies, nonverbal cues often carry more weight than spoken words. During this live, fans noticed subtle details. The way Jungkook paused before responding. His still posture, calmer than usual. Eye contact that lingered, as if his thoughts were elsewhere. None of these behaviors were unusual on their own. However, together they formed an emotional pattern that felt distinct. This is where emotion operates differently from information. It does not require evidence to be felt. The lack of explicit explanation allowed these small cues to resonate more deeply, inviting reflection rather than reaction. This moment also highlighted a more mature and compassionate side of fandom culture. Rather than assuming entitlement to Jungkook's inner world, many fans responded with empathy. Comments such as, "He doesn't owe us explanations. I hope he's taking care of himself. Thank you for being here, even quietly." These responses reflect an evolution in how fans engage emotionally. The relationship is no longer framed as ownership, but as care without intrusion. An important question arises: why did so many people feel something similar at the same time? The answer lies in emotional synchronization. Thousands of viewers experienced the same atmosphere simultaneously, each bringing their own sensitivity and emotional readiness. When combined with Jungkook's calm, introspective energy, a collective emotional response naturally formed. This live did not guide emotions through dramatic storytelling. Instead, it allowed emotions to surface organically through slower pacing, gentle tone, minimal structure. This openness invited viewers to sit with their feelings rather than rush past. After the live ended, the emotional impact did not fade. Social media became a space for shared reflection. Short clips circulated. Thoughtful comments accumulated. Personal feelings were expressed quietly. Notably, the dominant narrative was not sensational. There were no exaggerated claims or forced conclusions. Instead, fans repeatedly returned to the same idea. This moment felt different. In this case, social media did not escalate drama, it deepened emotional understanding. Although Jimin did not directly appear in the live, his name surfaced naturally in fan discussions. Not as speculation, but as emotional context. Jungkook and Jimin share a long history of visible emotional closeness, one that fans recognize through years of interactions, shared moments, and mutual support. When Jungkook appeared more introspective, many fans instinctively associated that feeling with the relationships that have historically provided him comfort. This was not an attempt to draw conclusions, but rather an example of emotional association shaped by memory. The live also served as a reminder that even in moments of openness, idols retain private emotional spaces. Jungkook appeared present, yet reserved, emotionally honest without being explicit. Respecting that boundary is essential. And in this case, both Jungkook and the fans seemed to maintain it naturally. The absence of explanation was not a gap to be filled, but a space to be respected. In an industry driven by constant content, silence can feel unsettling. Yet, this live demonstrated how silence can be powerful. Silence slows time. Silence invites reflection. Silence allows emotion to breathe. By not filling every moment with words, Jungkook created a different kind of connection. One that did not demand interpretation, only presence. This live may not be remembered as a major milestone in Jungkook's career. There were no announcements, no dramatic turning points. Yet for many fans, it will remain a personal memory. A moment when expectations disappeared and emotion took its place. Moments like these linger not because of what happened, but because of how they made people feel. Ultimately, this moment mattered not because of any confirmed truth, but because of a shared emotional experience. There was no single answer, no definitive explanation, only a quiet understanding that something genuine passed between screen and viewer. And perhaps that is why this live continues to be discussed, not as an event to analyze endlessly, but as a feeling to remember. Because sometimes, the most meaningful moments are not the loudest ones, but the ones that arrive softly, stay briefly, and leave something behind.